Jack Anahuac has been waiting a lifetime for this week. The 71-year-old taking a boat trip near his home in Iqaluit with some of his children and grandchildren while reflecting on his own childhood. Anahuac was just 9 when he was taken from his home and forced to attend a residential school in Chesterfield Inlet.
I was one of those that was abused sexually. It took about 30 years before acknowledgement of that fact.
Anahuac later became an MP, parliamentary secretary to the Minister of Indian and Northern Affairs, and an architect of Nunavut's first public government. But one of his proudest moments came in 1999 when he spoke out for the first time about sexual abuse by Catholic priests.
There was quite a bit of opposition to it, but we persisted and persisted. And the more we pushed it, the more widely known it became.
3 decades later, Anahuac is now welcoming the Pope to his remote northern city. The Pope was expected to apologize in person, but these survivors say his actions moving forward will speak louder. They want one of their alleged abusers, a French priest named Johannes Rivoire, to finally face justice.
His actions were atrocious.
Rivoire worked in many communities here in Nunavut during the 1960s and 1970s, before finally returning to France in the 90s. And a few years after that, the RCMP issued a warrant for his arrest.
Rivoire was accused of sexually assaulting several children in Nunavut, but France refuses to extradite its citizens to face charges abroad. So the 93-year-old remains free, reportedly living in a retirement home for oblate priests. This former student planned to raise Rivoire's case with the Pope directly during their private meeting.
This monster cannot be allowed to get away for what he did.
The Pope's visit to Iqaluit was scheduled to last just 3 hours, but these survivors were determined to make every moment count.
There'll be that healing process amongst not just us, but our children, other people who were impacted by the system. And so I think it will be a big step forward for a lot of us.
Jeff Semple, Global News, Iqaluit.